against Cristina Kirchner, the Argentinian, I think, prime minister. I'm pretty sure she's a vice president, but I'm not sure because I've been seeing prime minister, and I'm pretty sure Argentina doesn't have a prime minister, but sure. Um, and what's going on with Chile? But yeah, but no. Today I'm here to talk about how a certain content creator that goes with the name of by the name of Keffals is racist. No way. Even though we've well, I've talked about this before, how I could smell her racism a mile away, and I was very sus about her. Um, but this tweet just damn. Not even the tweet. This latest uh post she did, her latest video about Luna. Ooh, girl. Who could have possibly seen this coming except for everyone who saw this coming? Yeah, literally. Also, hi, Jarly. Welcome. It's like, like, I remember the first time I talked about Keffals here. I have only talked about her twice. But the first time, I just mentioned there's something sus about her. I don't know. And people were like, "Oh my god, no, she's nice. Oh my god, no, she's nice." Then the second time, there was a kind of drama going on, and I was like, "Hmm, yeah, she's just a reactionary, and everyone who is defending her is just defending a white woman." But yeah, and now she just went full on Boschite, Ianite, I should say, because I do not promote racist transphobia by mentioning that name. So yeah, and people were like, "No, but I love her," and I'm like, it's okay." Then those people were like, "You're right, she's a reactionary," and I'm like, I mean, I didn't call her a reactionary, and I didn't tell you to stop watching her, but you know, what fits you? The what fits you? It suits you, whatever. But yeah, how have you been? Oh, I've been good. I've been very busy though, but uh yeah, I am. Though I do have to say that I've been like suffering with depression, so that has made it like extra hard for me to stream. But I've also like, to be honest, depression has made it extra hard for me to do the work that I have to do for the course. And so because I don't do the work and I procrastinate because of the depression, I don't stream because my mind goes like, you can stream, you have to finish your work. And I'm like, but but I can do my work now. And yeah, so yeah. She always felt says to me, yeah, like she was saying that privilege doesn't exist. And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure it does. You know, because if privilege doesn't exist, then oppression doesn't exist. You know, but go off. And then some people were defending her, saying that intersectionality is a liberal ideology, which it is. But also, they were using that argument in order to argue in favor of the fact that privilege doesn't exist. And I was like, okay, even if we were to take any other theory, like, um, wait, I have my note. in any other theory, like the matrix of oppression, um the matrix of oppression has another name. I don't like the Matrix of Oppression. Um, the Matrix of Domination and Consubstantiality, or Black Feminism, but Matrix of Domination and Consubstantiality have better are like include other things, not just race and gender. But yeah. Uh, Also, hi Sam, welcome. But yeah, like what they were mentioning other series, like the ones I have mentioned, and second, they were using the fact that uh the intersectionality is a. I already said this, where, but yeah, it was very weird, very weird, and I was like disappointed on those people, you know. But yeah, but Keffals decided to post a video called "Luna Oi is everything I hate about Marxism-Leninism." Well, to be fair, Keffals is all I hate about white people, so I guess we're even. And well, Sal tweeted this. Wow, I suddenly dislike this Keffals person, and I'm like, well, you should have disliked her all along. Um, what's the deal with this? Why are you attacking Luna and Marxism Leninism? But what the fuck is your problem? And this is the thing. Like, it is interesting because Keffals goes on to say that Luna uses American progressive rhetoric to attack American progressives, and I'm like, we're going to get into that, but yeah, this isn't even how it started for me. So I just woke up, and Taylor finally announced all her tracks for the new album, Midnight. Stream it on October 31st. Or sorry, is it 31st? 28th, probably, because it's Friday. I don't know. But yeah. So I went to Twitter because my wholesomeness Swifty community, and then I saw this tweet from Noah quoting, not even this tweet or the other one. I don't know. I saw a tweet from Noah quote tweeting Loner Box, and I was like, with Luna in the thumbnail, I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And I just read this thread. Yeah, this is the rite of passage. If you make left wing content a bunch of tanky salads, we'll just assume you believe in everything they do and act as if you've committed some grand betrayal when it turns out you don't. Yeah, you've never betrayed Marxism, Leninism, or leftism, because you were never leftist, actually. Yeah, true. Also, great tweet by Sal. And I was like, why are people defending Keffals? Keffals is literally like, okay, Keffals, a white Canadian, is literally attacking, not critiquing, attacking, because we're going to get into the clips and then we're going to watch an entire video because that's the level of suffering I will put you through today. Also, hi Dorian, welcome. Oh yeah, a white Canadian person is attacking a Vietnamese. Hello? Vietnamese, obviously Asian. I don't even need to say Asian unless you don't know that Vietnam is in Asia. You know? Why are you attacking Luna? That's the point. Oh, Yarrow Lee, how could you say that? But she's so nice to me. Has her own toothbrush, and yet she claims to be a communist. I know, BBDH. Sacrilegious. I knew I'd regret joining this hell site, and its toxic Western leftist communities. Goddamn it! Oh, thank you, Harley. I wasn't ready to be mad this early in the morning. I wasn't either. I was looking into wholesomeness, into wholesome, just pop music, nothing about politics. I've been literally trying to stay out of Twitter politics for a week now, and look at Taylor. Look at this wholesomeness. A collab is coming, and I can't even celebrate it because white people. White people. No, I did nothing wrong, by the way, but still, white people. Why? uh, I need to watch it. Okay, but yeah, so yeah, okay. Fuck, I lost. No, I lost the tweets. Okay, let's watch some clips for you to understand why I became so mad, so mad to the point that I needed to stream. So mad to the point that I needed to stream about this. Okay?
Issue with was this side. The thing that I have an issue with was this, and I thought it was very funny.
Okay. She's going to say that she just said she has an issue. This has nothing to do with Marxism, Leninism, by the way, but yeah.
So, someone said Vietnam is literally becoming more capitalist every day. And she said, prosperity does not equal capitalism. We are a socialist-oriented market economy. 70% of people are farmers. Land is free to farmers. Capitalists can't own land, and minority work for wages. If you don't believe in our socialism, we don't care. We want our revolution so we can build our way. But then someone found her Facebook.
Okay. Just just that sentence, but someone found her Facebook. Wasn't this girl literally crying on Twitter? With good reason, by the way, but still. Wasn't this girl literally crying on Twitter about being doxxed? And being swatted? And being harassed by DGG? And now she's fine with doxing Luna? Something is not adding up. Do you know what I mean? Something like, why are you not okay when you are the one being doxxed? But oh no, it's okay because I don't like her. I don't like that one brown Asian global south person. But I didn't say global south. You know? Like, also, hi, Nagaboon, welcome. Oh my god, I haven't seen you in a while. I mean, the Rob's community. But yeah, like, hello? By the way, this is Keffals is from the same exact crowd that were like, oh no, Taylor Lorenz shouldn't be doxxed, but it's okay that she doxed the person from Lips of TikTok. if you don't know about this, it's okay. It is completely. You don't have to. You don't have to. That's a whole other kind of worms that I decided not to talk about. But it's like, bro, like we're going to get into the house stuff, but I just wanted to break down some like someone found her Facebook. Like the way she says it. Oh my god, I literally want to die.
our way. But then someone found her Facebook.
But then someone found her Facebook. It's so, oh my god. The naturality, the normality in which she says it, it's like mind blowing to me. Like knowing her past. Her past, by the way, 2 months ago, where she received thousands of dollars. Hello? And she achieved taking down a website. Like, that same exact person will not do another website, or the same community is just going to go back to fortune. I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? Lip shit. Lip shit. Not to even mention, by the way, that she, like, just as soon as she got, like, $50,000, hello? She said, I'm going to Europe, by the way. Well, wasn't this money for you to move houses, to be safe, because you were being doxxed? And as soon as, like, literally less than 1 week after you get all that money, you decide to go to Europe because to relax. Oh, I'm so stressed. The math ain't mathing indeed. Hypocrisy is heavy amongst racists and racists and conservatives overall. I don't. Oh, racist and fascist. I mean, racist and racist. You know what I mean? Uh, because white people enough said literally said.
Where she's selling a big plot of land, and the description for the plot of land that she is selling, suitable for investment, garden houses, camping area, or homestay. So for only 400 million dong, you can own this beautiful plot of land. Very good investment for your business. Stop making fun of the side. The thing that
Okay. Where is the... It says investment. What kind of... What kind of investment? One, that is so vague. But two, even if we just said, oh wow, she's selling a house for investment, or any other things that she just mentioned. Okay, she's moving and she wants to move just like you did like a month ago, and you asked $50,000 for it. So are you saying she needed to ask for $50,000 to move? Or like, what's the problem? Moving cost of 50K wasn't such enough. Okay, to be fair, to Keffals, even though she doesn't need any of my charity, charitability. Um, I think she wanted to buy a house because the one they lived in, but she could have sold it, but they didn't sell it. I don't know. Look, she just moved to Europe with that money. I don't know. Because at first I thought she was going to move to Europe, which in my mind, okay, that makes sense. Because in Canada, you are not safe. But then she said something along the lines of like, because she's moving into a house that's being built in the time it is taken to finish up the new house, she's moving to Europe and doing a trip in Europe, like to wait for the new house. And I was like okay, I will still say, because I am that like I know I'm a great person. I'm sorry. Just kidding. Um I will still give her the benefit of the doubt, and maybe she actually moved to Europe, which I'm pretty sure she didn't. But maybe she actually moved to Europe, and maybe it did cost $50,000 indeed to move everything, which I still don't believe. But regardless of that, why the fuck are you shaming? Oh, she has a house and she wants to move, so she's selling the house. Also, how much? 40,000. Let's see. Let's see.
So for only 400 million dong, you can own
Million. $16,000. Okay, $17,000 to buy a house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 400. No, it's okay. Let's use the calculator in Google just in case I'm wrong, but maybe I'm not. 50,000 minus this. What's the difference? Google, why are you not giving me the calculator? God, you're making me look bad, Google. Okay, 33,000. So Luna is selling the terrain that she has, that she lives in, probably, for a third of what you asked for to your subscribers, to your followers. The area of the terrain, I don't know. Oh, 1,000 meters squared. How? Okay, literally that was literally about what I was just about to say. Like, okay, in that area, in this area, I mean, to be fair, I think like the government tells you that you need to plant so you can't build, and I think there is like to build a house per like the plot of land that the government gives you or something, but I'm not sure. In freedom unit. Uh, 0.6 miles. 1,000 yards. 3,200 feet. 39,000 inches. Acres. There are no acres. 0.00025 acres. It. I would even say that it's a little less than a cuadra. Diría que es un poco más pequeño que una cuadra. O no, no, sí, incluso más grande que una cuadra. Sí, porque no siempre las cuadras son como que ideal. Sorry, I'm going into Spanish, but we're talking in Spanish. But like, more or less, a square, a block, should be ideally 1 kilometer, but typically, especially in Latin America, they're smaller, so it's over a square or a block. But yeah, that's a lot of inches. Yeah, but yeah, like, but yeah, even this moment could be another person buying it. Like whatever, whatever. I am so mad. Street side area, yes. The land advertised. True. Oh my god, that is so true. Like it costs like $1,600. The land advertised. Yeah. She has moved to Europe with what money? Like I don't know. I like to buy a house too, but I can't even afford not to live in my parents' basement. You just have to ask all your followers and your community to give you $50,000. Yeah, really. Just do it. You just need to start replying to reactionaries constantly, giving them more engagement, saying ratio, and you will become famous apparently, and you will be the beacon of hope of the left, even though you're literally doing nothing. And then you'll gain a lot of followers, and then after enraging all those reactionaries, they will want to harass you because that's what reactionaries do when you start poking at them constantly, and then you can act like the victim. Not that the harassment is necessary, but it is obvious that that's going to happen because that's what historically has been happening to everyone. Whatever, whatever. And then after you become famous and you can victimize yourself after literally tempting them, you can be like, oh my god, no, I'm being harassed. Give me money, and that's how can you move. Yay. Okay, I'll stop. You have to stamp some cops too. Oh my god, don't even get me started with that sound. Yeah, you have to be a leftist, but also if you have a cop, if you have a gay friend that just happens to be a cop, you know, it's okay because he's gay. He's gay. Yeah, he's a cop. Yeah, maybe he's a cop. And maybe he's like, you know, fundamentally someone who is upholding a very racist system, but he's gay, he's gay, so it's okay. It's okay. He's gay, and he has a pride flag in his cop car, so it's okay. It's okay. See, it's okay when the Democrats do it because there's a gay pride flag. Well, that's a pride flag. Whatever. I just want to say gay, okay? That's a gay flag. I'm gay, by the way. I, just to clarify, I am gay. I can say this. Okay. Also, if you haven't seen those are my pronouns. It, he, his. So I am also trans, by the way. Hi. I can say gay. Don't come for me. Thank you. Bye. But yeah, that's an oxymoron of owning a house. I mean, that's a privilege in societies where houses or land is not given to you by the government for free to everyone, you know. But yeah, oh no, like I prefer it, but I don't mind he him, so it's fine either. I prefer it, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into the whole shebang of like, yeah, technically I'm also brown. I'm from the global south. I'm disabled because I'm, because I have depression and anxiety to the point that I can't function. Um, yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I'm pretty much everything except for a woman, but I'm non-binary, so I'm trans. So there's something about gender in me. And on top of that, I'm pansexual, I'm bisexual, and because because bi-erasure is not it's not a thing, right? Whatever. Okay, whatever. I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking. I'm telling the truth, but you get it. I was taught it was dehumanizing and objectifying. Who told you that? uh, it's not because language is a place. Yeah. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, thank you, Yarly. I mean, I decided to use. I mean, I am using it. It's for me, for myself, and I decided to use that. So even if it was indeed dehumanizing or objectifying, I am decided to do that. So I don't see what would be the problem. Unless you want to pay for my therapies because you think I have self-esteem issues, which I have, but that doesn't mean like it doesn't relate to the fact that I whatever. Whatever. This is too complicated. I'm not going to get into its debate. Why is there a debate about pronouns? I don't care. Whatever. Look, I've seen people use we. Okay, that is way more weird. Okay. No, don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, let's finish it.
Homestay. So for only 400 million dong, you can own this beautiful plot of land. Very good investment for your business.
By the
Stop
way,
making fun of.
she's saying good investment for your business for herself. The only translation here was suitable for investment, gardens, camping area, or homestay. Nothing else. That was the only thing that was translated. Just saying.
Of the currency. Yes, it's called dong. Okay, that's not funny. A dong is just okay. Yeah, just get it out of your system. Laugh about it now, so I can just keep laughing. We'll get through it and we'll move on. And
this is the next clip.
Is particularly
Indulging the audience in the dong jong was a little too long in my opinion, but settling aside, I mean, okay. Ahaha, the currency is called dong. letting your audience indulge in that, even if you don't see how it is racist, it is a bit racist because it's just another language. Not to mention that that's what kids do. That's what children who cannot fathom the fact that there are other languages exist, laugh about. You know? Like for example, the N word in English has different mean. Like how do I explain this? Like the N word exists in Korean, for example, but it just means Jew. Or the N word also exists in Chinese, but it just means I think it's like a preposition or a collocation or something like that, and it's like a preposition. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But those are just their own languages, and like you know, I'm looking for the video I sent you, Dorian, a long time ago. Okay, here it is.
What is a word in your foreign language that just sounds insanely inappropriate to English speakers?
There's a super common word in Korean that if I actually say this, I'll probably get banned. So let me just split it up a bit. Ni ga. We are not saying the N-word. We're saying you. 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 I've heard of so many Korean rappers and K-pop artists get so much hate for using that word. They're just saying you. Can you please stop coming after us for using that word? Because, like, it's not our fault. Like, we didn't create the language.
Yeah. Like, it is interesting because, like, I've seen this criticism many times. People say that the K-pop artists aren't saying the N word. It's like, no, those sounds exist in other languages, and they just so happen to be words when you put them together in other languages. You know. So yeah, like yeah, you know, other languages exist. And oh yeah, but I was explaining, it's a bit racist because like when you understand that imperialism is a thing, cultural imperialism, soft power, you know, laughing about another language, which is what they are doing, especially when you are talking like, especially when you're literally attacking Luna, and she's from the global south. She's from Vietnam, a country who that was, bombed and destroyed just within the last 50 years, because of the US and Canada. But we don't talk about that because no one wants to include Canada ever. Um, feels a little white supremacy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, my language is the correct one. Haha, your language. Funny, stupid, lower, inferior. And it's like, I can get, oh, haha, don't. But then, like, perpetuating that just feels childish, immature. Like, in the best case, childish and immature. In the worst case, straight up racist. You know? So, yeah.
that she uses the rhetoric of American
Also, this is the part that I died. This is the part that I was like, I need to stream.
progressive is that she uses the rhetoric of American progressives.
The language of American progressives. What does that mean? English? English? Like, what's something like that exclusive, that is exclusive to American progressives? I haven't heard in a long time. Interesting. Or like from my understanding, like I know soft power has different meanings, but I've used soft power right now as in like cultural power. Just I think I've heard soft power being defined as like hard power that is not being used. But yeah. So that is the definition of soft power that I've been using for the most part.
in order to attack America, like in order to attack
Attack them! Attack them! Oh my god, Luna is always attacking me. Who? Who has Luna attacked? No one. She has literally never attacked anyone. The worst thing that she's ever done is that she dared. Oh my god! How dare you, Luna? She dared to make a video about a racist, transphobic Nazi, and she dared to say, "Oh, he's wrong." She didn't say she's the worst person in the world. She didn't say, "Oh, hey followers, attack her, attack him." What? Like, I'm pretty sure she deleted it. I think, but I'm not sure. I don't think she deleted it. Did she? Oh yeah, this bullshit. Yeah, like she just went through one video of him like wrongly uh saying the meaning of, he said that Marxism Leninism didn't exist. Which, hello? And Luna just wanted to make a video of it in order to explain that no, it does exist actually, and that's it. That's it. But yeah, okay. Gosh, there's only a finite number of phonetic noises we can make as humans. I know, right, Wing? Wow, oh no. How dare you not invent other other phonetic noises? Soft power now. What's Keffals' relation to Bosch? She likes him. I think that's enough. I mean, they know each other. That's even worse. But the fact that she likes him is like, disgusting. Plus, in this case, where she's trying to portray a valid criticism of Luna, which she fails at. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, she's trying to portray like this is a fair criticism, and it's like, no, it's not. It's not even a criticism. You're just making fun of her. Even worse, you're not making fun of her. In that moment, you're making fun of an entire language and our currency. Is the idea that Marxist communism is socially reactionary? I don't know. I just heard the word like American progressive language, and I died. By the way, if you don't know what a progressive is, we have a clip that you should watch. Or watch it later, don't worry. Using progressive language, that's the one I don't understand.
She uses the rhetoric of American progressives in order to attack in order to attack people for not believing what she believes.
She has never done that. The only time she has attacked someone is when she's defending herself from all the harassment that these white people sent to her. Also, explain to me what's the rhetoric of American progressives? What does that mean? English? Again, English? Are you mad that she's talking in English? Like, I am so confused. Like, what does that even mean?
She especially talks a lot about being a person of color. And in the context of Canada or the United States, that's absolutely true. In the
I have never heard Luna call herself a person of color. And, like, maybe I have, but I'm not sure. Either way, most of the time I've heard her say she's from the global south, which she is. Not to mention that she has to say that because she's talking about imperialism. So there needs to be a context. And she's using her own experiences and the experiences from Vietnamese history, from Vietnamese history to explain imperialism and Marxism-Leninism. And even if she were to call herself a person of color, she's in the context of imperialism, which is what she's talking about.
context of Vietnam, that is not true whatsoever. And there are a lot more.
Also, even if that wasn't the case of the context of Vietnam, whatever, bitch, you are a white person in Canada. Hello? You are literally no one to say anything. You are literally no one to say that. The only thing that white people should do is shut the fuck up. Honestly, it is so fucking infuriating. Like, who the fuck are you to say that? Do you live in Vietnam? Are you in Vietnam? Do you live in Vietnam? Do you know Vietnamese culture? Do you know Vietnamese history? Are you a Vietnamese studies major? Because people love to use their degrees? No, exactly. So shut the fuck up.
More racialized.
Also, this is this is the same argument that I've seen other people use with Luna of like, oh, she doesn't talk about the minorities in Vietnam. Oh, so just because she's the only Vietnamese person that you just happen to know about that creates content, you think that she has the obligation to always talk about the minorities in Vietnam? Then why are you, as a white person who creates content, I'm not talking about Keffals, by the way. I'm talking about other people who I've seen that criticism of. From. Then, if you are a white person, why aren't you talking about all the Native American, all the indigenous people from Turtle Island? Why aren't you always talking about the oppression of black people, Asian people, and Latino people in the US? Huh? Why aren't you always talking about that? Kind of weird. Kind of weird.
People who have a far harder time in day-to-day life in Vietnam, especially indigenous people. Like one thing.
What do you think Luna is? What do you think indigenous means? I think originating or occurring naturally in a particular place. Native. Yeah, literally, Sean. Oh my god. Hi, Sean. Welcome. I don't think she knows what the word means. Yeah, I'm like, where, like, where do you think, where do you think Luna is from? Do you think she was from, like, Japan and moved to Vietnam? Like, I don't understand. Do you know what indigenous means? Like, now who is using the American progressive rhetoric to attack others? Hello? Like, this bitch is sorry, I shouldn't call her that, but also I'm mad, okay? But I'm sorry. Like, this woman is like I can't even explain it because it's so ridiculous. Like is literally exploiting progressive language in order to attack Luna. Which is the thing that she is complaining about in the first place. Like, hello? Hello? You know what I mean? It is so. And we're not even in the video yet. We haven't even watched the video. We're just watching 2 clips. I am. I am so mad. Okay. And let's go through the very next sentence. I don't know. We're going to watch the video because, again, I had to suffer waking up to those clips, so I'm going to make you all suffer now. Also, let me go through the through the comments because I haven't been seeing reading the comments. So Keffals is a capitalist jacketing Luna. Is capitalist jacketing Luna because Luna is an ML and Keffals is a liberal, basically. You don't get it, Sebs. We invented progressivism. Oh my god. Okay, before we continue, we're going to watch this clip. Well, before we continue with the stream, I will continue reading. I think remains of Retriv are vibing. Oh my god. I mean, Keffals didn't even actually get swatted, lol. The cops knocked and her partner opened the door. I think it was the mom that opened. But they whatever, I'm not going to say. But they but they misgender her, okay? So that is, I mean, that is violent and abuse, but that doesn't mean that you should get $50,000. You know, like trans people go through worse. Like that doesn't mean that it's not violent or microaggression or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I felt like she was playing up a bit the fact that they were misgendering her, you know? Like, I don't know, you're a trans public person, especially in political spaces, who is constantly engaging with reactionaries. So like, You know, like it gets to a point that I understand that you shouldn't have to have a thick skin to make content, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but at this point, you should have developed somewhat of a thick skin if you are constantly engaging with reactionaries online, like, I don't know. I fucking knew she was lying about being swatted. Interesting. I even knew that Keffals thinks she means with that. Progressive liberal in trendy clothes. Oh my god. Well, when people get racist, you gotta try to protect yourself. True. I'm a little confused. Why is this GSB going after Luna? I suspended from Twitter, so I'm not truly up to speed. They were just talking about this. We're going to watch the video, don't worry. Farmer failed in collapsing and corrupt imperialist. Someone is no one. Try. So no one is trying to say anything that you can learn from apparently. Does she think that racism works in a vacuum for every individual country? Yes. Yes. She doesn't like Marxist Leninists because we understand imperialism and she doesn't want to understand it. She doesn't want to believe in imperialism because she just wants to be racist to people from the global south. That's it. Apparently, Luna is selling land using rights on Facebook, which proves Vietnam is capitalist and Luna is hypocrite. We should just shut the fuck up and listen to. Because we sold her 1 mile land for 90. I thought it was 17. It's okay. It's like 20,000. Imagine not even just a house, land at $20,000. That is literally unthinkable in the US. Even here. Even here, honestly. uh, what else kind of thing indigenous means? Also, hi Wolf, welcome. The white TM when they feel being excluded in the conversation. No, actually, you're fake POC. I'm gonna need your whole ancestry, literally. Keffals is not educating that sort of thing. I know, right? Was that like the brain? What's the? I don't know. Did you see how she used her audience to run like three queer? Really, Sean? No? Oh my god, that's so fucked up. Also, hi ICB, welcome. Um, I really miss Rob's community. If you can paint someone as a hypocrite, then you don't have to deal fairly with their ideas, racial queen skills. True. If I was mad, I wouldn't be laughing so much. Okay, sometimes. We all suffered together. I wonder if her cop friend was a part of that team. Damn! That I'm dragging her. I love it. ¿Cómo van las cosas con Castillo? Ugh. Ugh. I talked about it in my last stream, but like I always knew that Castillo wasn't a principled person. And by principle, like he doesn't have an ideology when he run in his uh, district. I don't know if he ran for his district or for his entire department or state. But he just want uh he just wanted to make things better in his community, and the party Peru Libre kind of took advantage of that. It made him the face, the face of the revolution, even though there was no revolution. Uh, and so when he actually got power, he was very weak ideologically. So, uh, like, I don't know how to play it. Eh, you know. I'm not mad either. She doesn't want to acknowledge what she benefited from. I'm not taking this well. Okay, yes, thank you, Charlie. Also, good morning. Oh my god, hi, Silangs. Welcome. Take care of that in Santa Cruz for $25,000. Oh my god. Also, yeah, we saw the translation and it's less than an acre. Did you hear about Uruguay's former president is going to Brazil to help Lula? Oh my god, I didn't. I've been like the extent of that. Okay, I'm going to leave you with this clip of Richard for a second because I'm dying. Then I'll come back. I'll talk about the Brazil elections for like 2 seconds, and then we're going to watch the video. Okay, okay. Also, I've been streaming for an hour, so if you're able to subscribe, give subs, share with beats, etc., it would be much appreciated. Thank you. Okay, I'll take a break.
Do you even have democracy in your own country before you start throwing stones and talking about Syria and talking about Venezuela? Go deal with your own shit and mind your fucking business and stop repeating CIA talking points, trying to push regime change. Like, you learned nothing from 2002 about WMDs? Why are you repeating lies about WMDs now about Syria? How do you make claims like that and you have no proof even about the election? Nothing. And they do the same with Bolivia over and over and over and over again. No difference between them and mainstream media. They're all the same shit. And then they talk about state media. Dude, these so-called dictators they talk about, they would dream about having such an obedient mainstream media apparatus. This is not just with Syria. They do this with every country, right? They want to impose their way, their ideals on others. This is colonialism. This is fucking racist. This is like, oh, white man knows best, right? So they think that, you know, they have to come and teach and supervise Arabs and supervise Africans and supervise people in Latin America or Southeast Asia. They think that they know best. They want to impose their way, their ideals. They think that every country in the world has to be a Western liberal democracy or else it's a failure. You know, it's white supremacy. They have this fucking supremacist mentality that white man knows best. We have to come in and teach you, and you know, you have to do it our way, or else we're going to come and starve you with sanctions, or we'll bomb you, or we'll just make something up to justify coming and bombing you. It's insane. These people are colonizers. They're imperialists, but rebranded. So before, you know, you'd have the British or the French or the Dutch or whatever, they would just come and plant their flag and just brazenly and openly say, fuck you, and put you in chains or steal your resources and kill you, etc. Now they do the exact same thing, but they just say, oh no, we're here to help you. We're here to help you. And they fucking kill you and sanction you and starve your people. And the same shit, right? In the same countries, the same, they do the same continents. They do Africa to Latin America to the Arabs, the same thing. They just rebranded it. And then they call themselves progressive. I'm a progressive. What the fuck does that mean? Progressive from what? You're a fucking imperialist who wants healthcare? Get out of my face.
This clip is why. this clip is why it is so like funny that she says like American progressive rhetoric. Like, first of all, what the fuck does it mean that American progressive? Literally oxymoron already. Like, what does she mean by progressive? What does she mean by American progressive? And what does she mean by American progressive rhetoric? English? Like, there are so many layers to that phrase. Okay. And there was another clip that Sal retweeted someone who shared a clip of another clip. And this was like, no way she stopped being a communist because a Cuban nurse took a sick break.
A personal story of mine. So when I was in the party, and the Communist Party of Canada does a lot of solidarity.
Okay, I want to make sure that, because if it's here, I don't want to. Personal. Okay, no, she's awesome. But like, bruh, I'm going to die if this is true. Like, no way she stopped being a communist because a Cuban nurse took a sick break. Like, by itself, I want to hear about to actual particular goal or among a particular, yeah, literally like it is like it is literally a dog whistle of like I just want the leftist as label and aesthetic, and I want people to think that I am a good person, but don't want to have to put any effort anywhere, and don't want to have to do anything, but still be seen as a good person. That's it. That's what progressive means. It's like, give me money, please. I'm a good person. But no, I'm not going to do anything productive with that money. That's just my money. What are you talking about? What? I said that I was going to use $50,000 to move, but I used it to travel to Europe. What are you talking about? Again, I don't know the entirety of that situation, so yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about Brazil. No, I didn't hear about the Uruguayan president, but uh, I want to do more research on the other two parties that were in the in the election in Brazil, because now it's just going to be Lula versus Bolsonaro, and I've been hearing a lot of mixed opinions on that. Both of the other parties are going to support Lula, but wait, let me look it up. But that is not true, because one party is very liberal, and the one party is allegedly also a Southern party, but the other one is very liberal, reactionary-ish. And so at first I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, they don't seem." Oh, here it is. So the squirrel tweeted Brazil election results just in, with Lula first with a sizable lead, although closer than expected. Just win 1.7% of outright winning in the first round. If you count up the other candidates with Luna, who are his natural allies, she should easily win the second round. And so I looked them up after they said natural allies, and the Simon Tevet is a liberal reactionary, and Ciro Gomez, sorry, Ciro Gomez, is more of a progressive, if you will, right? But um, then I was reading all the replies to this tweet, and I was like very interested, because Sky is used to be a friend of mine. I do think they'll support Lula in the end, but Tibet voters are most definitely not natural allies. I do hope you're right though. Kiss. But there was another comment. Okay, here it is. This is not guaranteed. Tibet would likely support him, but zero isn't guaranteed. Isn't guaranteed. Even if both support him, Bolsonaro had a much stronger result than the service indicated. Lula won't win easily, unfortunately. And I said, interesting. I would have thought otherwise, since Zero's closer to Lula ideologically on paper. Why is Tibet more likely to support Lula? And he said that Tibet already said that she has a side, and she was clearly attacking Bolsonaro during the campaign. Zero kind of pivoted more to the right to get some of Bolsonaro's scraps. Zero isn't a lefty by any stretch of the imagination. And I was like, okay, I trust this random person on Twitter. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What are you saying, Wolf? Did you hear about the Uruguayan president? Are you familiar with the Together for Peru? Yes. Yes. Juntos Peru, or Together for Peru party. I like the party, but the guy running for these elections that were for major, um, he had sexually harassed his son. And okay, I can understand that that was obviously like news that were purposefully like made public before the election so he can lose, but also he did that. But I like the party regardless. Uh, and from the people running in this last election who which was a mayoral election, the one from Peru, the guy from Peru Libre was the only one who didn't have any corruption, corruption or like criminal offenses. So yeah, it was a no-brainer for me. Because even the guy from Together Peru or Juntos Peru had some allegations even before the things about his son were made public. So I was like iffy about him, but yeah. In the U.S., Pennsylvania, and Georgia, same thing with parties. You have the gun, the face, eloquent sometimes, really just I love that clip. Thank you, BVH. I don't wanna hear Progressive anymore. PCB, UP, PSTU were far left parties in Brazil election. Interesting. Which one? Which one is also song them? PDT. PDT. Yes, the PDT. His liberal zero Gomez will lip suck them. Yeah. The star of Bozo means throw Bozo away. The debate is from a historical democracy defending party, although it is an umbrella type party. Oh, interesting. She's a right wing, but aware of the disastrous Bolsonaro government, also Bolsonazi government. Also, her party was part of Lula Dilma government. Interesting, interesting. Also, something that I thought it was very interesting to learn is the connection between Lula and Dilma. I didn't know Dilma was that far left. I mean, she's not that far left at all, but also I thought she was reactionary. I don't know why. I guess propaganda, but learning that she was more of a left leaning lib kind of girl. I was like, interesting. That's why you always gave me good vibes. Interesting. Is a right of Lula. I mean, everyone is to the right of Lula. Like, even if Lula is not a communist, everyone is to the right of Lula. Is the Bernie of Brazil. Okay. The PDT is founded on the ideas of Vargas. Interesting. I heard that there was a scandal for a video of Bolsonaro Freemasons because evangelicals, but I don't know if that's true. Interesting. Socialist but anti-communist. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of that, especially between Argentina, I guess Uruguay, Paraguay also, but Argentina and Brazil, of that like populism for the workers, but against communism slash socialism. The CIA, man, CIA. The video of Bolsonaro actually doing something is way more relevant than Lula getting satanic wishes. Oh my god. Luna satanic art base. Just kidding. Literally everyone is to the right of Lula. Literally. Are leftist, but government administration is different. It needs sometimes same approach up to the center or even right, mostly because Congress. Oh yeah. Dilma is a little more moderate than. Yeah, I know that. She was positively receptive to privatization. Interesting. Yes, Brizola defender Brazil with guns. Interesting. But Brizola vice president candidate for Lula. Ooh, fun. So yeah, I need to do even more research on the Brazilian elections, and I still want to ask. Look, I've been with depression, okay? I haven't been able to talk to people, but I've been meaning to ask some of my Brazilian acquaintances about the Brazilian elections. So yeah. Also, I never learned enough Portuguese to have an interview, but yeah. Okay. They being our common best friend. The biggest critic of Lula's government was working with the right-wing parties. He did that because he needed a coalition, but to get a majority in Congress. I mean, that's the thing. Uh, like, like I find that not even a critique. That is just a critique of the system. Like, okay, if he didn't do that, if he hadn't done that, then he would have accomplished nothing. So like, tell me, what was he supposed to do? Murder them? Even if they're reactionaries, people are going to rise up and not want, oh my god, ICB. If he did that, oh my god. If he did that, there could be a military coup. People would be like, oh my god, he's a body. And, endorsed Lula 2 days ago. Ooh, nice. Okay. Okay, let's now go back to talking about reactionary white people. uh, I'm sorry, but yeah.
This is what I mean. Like, you can say the good things about a Marxist Leninist country, but you don't need to lie. It actively makes you look worse if you lie because you want to paint a country you like in this super idealistic way where you're always looking at it through rose-tinted glasses.
Yeah. As much as one can agree, and as much as I agree with Keffals with this,
reality of all of these places is that they're incredibly messy.
as much as I agree with that statement before, she said that they are incredibly messy, which I don't know if she means like politically or racistly. Also, a lot of projection. The thing is, unless you paint the perfect country to people, because people in the US think that they live in a perfect country, even though it's arguably one of the worst countries to live in, they won't listen to you. Even worse, if she dares to mention a critique of Vietnam, which she still does, regardless, because she's a principled Marxist, people are going to say, see, you are not true socialist, you are not true communist, you are fake country, you're... And it's like, it's more about comms, it's more about like communications than about argumentative, the argumentative presentation of information. So, yeah. Plus, this is the same shit that Destiny does, that Ian does, that every other debate bro does, and it's like bullshit. Yeah.
I don't know like a lot of the backstory. I just know who Luna is.
Oh! She doesn't know! Then why are you making a big about this? Then why the fuck are you making a big about this? Think it's perfect anymore, maybe 25 years ago. Interesting. I don't know. I mean, I'm talking about like mainly rich white people who watch these pedos. By pedos, I just mean Ian and Destiny. I'm not calling Keffals a pedo. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm just talking mainly about the rich white men or people in general, who watch the debate bros. You know, yeah. My ignorance is on display, but let's go. Literally. She doesn't just mean things are more complicated as we tend to realize unless we live there or study it a lot. Yeah, she definitely doesn't mean that. Yeah, being in government is very complex and delicate. Every leftist government around the world who tried to be a real left with where could when it wasn't well organized or armed. Yeah, I have there are more mutual benef- beneficially beneficiary things to do with our enemies than murdering them. Honestly, yeah, yeah.
So,
People keep talking about Destiny Keffals. I literally never seen one of their videos, just heard of people on Twitch talking about them. I don't know Luna Oi either, but I have seen their name before. Interesting. Luna good. All the rest of them bad. Enter the internet space as a reformed Nazi being a Kately Dietler in action. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't know he had like that past, but yeah. I like oh my god, Oren. My partner is Chinese and I'm moving to Shanghai in October 12th. The scaffold think I'm supposed to go to China and fight for ethnic minorities there. Probably. Honestly, old driver, why are you mentioning all the ethnic minorities in China right now? Hmm? You're a fake leftist. Also, welcome. Also, hi, also red wine terrorist.
I don't know like a lot of the backstory. I just know who Luna is. Luna is a Marxist Leninist YouTuber who lives in Hanoi, Vietnam, and basically her entire
Why did she have to say the city? Why did she have to mention the city? Because it feels so creepy knowing what is coming. Because it's like you're indirectly promoting doxing her. like like that's the worst case scenario, right? You're indirectly promoting doxing her, or you just want to seem like "Huh, I'm a white person who knows a lot, so I'm going to name the city in Vietnam because I know Vietnam. You know, I'm not like the other white people. I know Vietnam, so I know a city in Vietnam. You know, and it's like either you're just a piece of shit who wants to dox Luna, or just a racist piece of shit. You know, and it's like.
entire internet presence is dedicated to schooling liberals and trying to shame them into being
Schooling liberals and trying to shame them. Didn't you say that you don't know anything about Luna? What do you mean her entire internet presence? No. We've watched plenty of videos from Luna and she's never shaming liberals. She's shaming racist people who attack her, you know. But I guess defending yourself is authoritarian, so that's bad, you know. Everyone should be schooling liberals. Honestly, I mean, literally true though. Like, on no, on practice, no, against liberalism. Fighting liberalism. What does it mean? Combat liberalism. Thank you, everyone. Like, we were combat liberalism literally 3 times on stream. Like, you should be shaming liberals, honestly. But even then, she doesn't do that. I know, Marxist Laudanist. Captions coming through the best. Does she call herself an anarchist by any chance? Oh my god. FLF. She doesn't, but she does have those vibes, right? Is she, I see. She's uneducated and wants to stay that way. Got it. To stay that way. Got it. Literally. Instead of actually engaging with her content and being like, I don't know about this person. Maybe I should watch her. No, she's like, oh look, Asian person? She's inferior. Let's shit on her.
To schooling liberals and trying to shame them into being Marxist-Leninists online. That's basically what she does. And there was like a lot of drama over the past year over a lot of shit. And I basically avoided it.
Drama. People harassing Luna. White people constantly harassing Luna. That's the drama. Her being harassed. And trying to defend herself, and by defending herself, not even attacking them back, but trying to provide actual critique and analysis. Like, the levels of racism here. And I'm so mad because it's like, shouldn't you get this? Shouldn't you, who was crying a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago about being harassed by reactionaries, shouldn't you get this? Like, hello? Choosing Luna as a target for her ire against ML is so bizarre. There's gonna be an abundance of other people examples to choose. Why Luna, for fuck's sakes? Because racism. Because racism. You know, I have plenty of examples of white people, of white so-called MLs that are shitty. You know? I have plenty of examples of white MLs, anarchists, all MLMs, sock them, like progressives, liberals, whatever you want to call yourself. Plenty of examples. But no, let's just go for the Asian woman. You know, maybe she needed an easy target after Kiwi Farms, literally. Whoa, we got him! We took down a website! We won! Communism? Now! Let's go, everyone! We deleted the website! Woo! Okay, now what happens with the people who went to that website? Oh, they're just going to go to 4chan? Oh, they're just going to continue going to the other places they went to? Got it. Got it. Oh, so you didn't do anything actually? Got it. Got it. Interesting. It's back up. Oh my god. So she actually didn't do anything? Oh my god, I'm dead. Whatever. Revoke their protection. Interesting. The only self-described progressive I've met in life are century slaves, literally. But globally, white MLs are in the minority, so why don't know? I have no idea. Again, racism.
You know me. I what she does, and there was like a lot of drama over the past year over a lot of shit, and I basically avoided it. You know me. I used to be part of the Communist Party. I was at one point of time a party member, a Marxist-Leninist. I ran for parliament as a Marxist-Leninist, but that's not something that I.
Honestly, Keffals is the best CIA op because she's running with this narrative. I used to be a Marxist-Leninist. I know what they are like. And it's like, maybe you don't know what they are like. Maybe you just maybe you just were there very selfishly, you know? Maybe you're just yet another white person taking advantage and actually using and co-opting revolutionary language, you know? Like all reactionaries and white people do. Not that there's a difference between white people and reactionaries, you know? Except for everyone here. All the white people here are good whites. Just kidding, I love you. To Fed jacket her entire time, but if it's on the table now, oh my god, whiteness is reactionary, yes, true. Except that people watching me. Give me your money, everyone. The only other cloud for like the Russian one rejected them after a day or two or something interesting. The Stormfront, it never went away, but its scope the accessibility is fucked, which is great. Interesting. All emeralds are careful. Dead. Thanks for sticking out to our white guy. I react to stimuli. Who doesn't?
Really believe anymore. And one of the things that I really don't like.
Okay, this is something that I don't understand. I don't believe anymore. Oh my god, Tom. Thank you for 50 minutes. I appreciate it. Something I don't understand is like, what do you mean you don't believe Marxism Leninism anymore? Because Marxism Leninism, simply put, is just understanding that history is real, understanding that history affects reality, understand that reality is real, you know, and understanding that capitalism bad, imperialism bad, dialectics is a thing, you know, like which one of these things do you reject? You know, do you think history is not real? Do you think we live in a simulation? Do you think capitalism is not real? Do you think it's good? Are you pro-imperialism? Do you not believe that imperialism is real? Because like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's real. I'm pretty sure it's real. You know, I live in the global south, just saying. If reality isn't real, she can ignore it. She's white. Oh my god, true. True. Dang, shopping understood. True. Oh my god. Dang. Dog. Oh, we love dog here. Okay.
Specifically is with one of the things that I really don't like specifically is with every ML country. I can name a handful of very cool and good things that they have done. However, generally the people who are the most ardent defenders of these countries will downplay or straight up lie about all of the bad things. They never present it in a balanced way. And that's what I have a big problem with.
Yeah, because that doesn't happen with any other country, right? Look, all I'm going to say is that whenever I say that there is no democracy in the US people lose their shit. Just saying, okay? Just saying. I was in a call-in and I mentioned free speech is fake. People lost their shit. People lost it. I was like, girl, historically, only the left has been targeted. Isn't this supposed to be like defended by your free speech? Then tell me, why were all the Black Panthers killed? Why was Eugene Debs killed? Why was that one major who ran in California killed? Who was a socialist? Tell me why the Black Socialist organization was swatted by the FBI. Yeah, by the FBI a week before Trump was just knocked on his door gently at 10 a.m. while they were swatted by the FBI at 3 a.m. The math is not mathing, you know? Do it right now. Name a woman! Name a woman! Let me something before. Uh, I feel like you're talking the most uncharitable interpretation of saying Keffals actually it's a republic, not a democracy. Oh my god. No, look, I'm honestly trying to be like, you know, kind of balanced, but yeah. But honestly, fuck Keffals. She's a white woman. Like, she's a white person with the same entitlement as any other white person. Like, as much as she doesn't deserve any charitability, I will still try to be charitable because I understand the realities of being a human being. You know, because I understand that reality is real. You know? I understand that history is real and affects reality, you know? But yeah. But but now North is South. You B devs, please channel yourself into soul right the fuck now. God damn it! Oh my god, like I was blown away because I had mentioned Eugene Debs in the in the comments of that call-in before I went into the call, and the main caller didn't know who he was, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this is basic revolutionary knowledge. Not even revolutionary knowledge, but like basic actual leftism. Like baby socialist first step knowledge. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm wrong because I happened to learn about Debs very accidentally, but it was kind of weird that they didn't know. He was in Ireland all this time and more colonialist right wing. Oh my god.
Like, I've been to Cuba multiple times. I think Cuba is a great country, for instance. I love that they have constitutional reforms that happen. I like that.
Do I have to say anything? Not the North American. Not the North American using Cuba as the example of good socialism. How dare Vietnam not being sanctioned?
That their police force,
which I'm pretty sure they have, but I'm not sure,
is not very militarized. I like that. So
their police is not very militarized. Name a single socialist country where their police is militarized. Okay, maybe the DPRK, but I'm not sure. No, not even the DPRK. Oh my god, in the DPRK they don't even have guns. Okay, whatever. Name a single socialist country that has militarized police. I'll wait. Exactly. But thank you. People just teaching me saying, oh, stop. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Constitutional reforms are what triggered my Polidiac agenda as a youth. Oh my god. England. Ah. My favorite thing about Cuba is the constitutional reform, not the fucking socialism. It's like, you know, as much as I like Cuba, I like China. You know? Like, I don't know. I'm confused. Whatever. Breadth of drama is like Korean university politics, except somehow things matter even less, and basically everyone is either liberal camouflage as a leftist or fascist camouflage as a liberal. True.
Social housing and socialized education and healthcare are
Socialized education. I like Cuba because of all these things that I'm saying in a very talk them language. But I mean, you know what socialized education means? You still know that the state does that, right?
very
You
big
could have just said public education and public housing. You know?
things that the Cuban government cares about. But there are bad things that Cuba has done. Not the worst, but this applies to like every ML country. And the reason
And that's another thing. This applies to every ML country. This applies to every country ever. Like, and also she has already mentioned that she knows nothing about Vietnam. Hello?
reason I'm bringing this up is because it kind of ties into what happened with Luna Oi and how it exemplifies the problems that I have with Marxist-Leninists and why I ultimately decided to leave the party and to stop being a Marxist-Leninist. Luna Oi makes Vietnam the template for us all to strive for.
No, literally never.
Is this a ship post? Like, that's a ship post. There's got to be a ship post. That's her stance. Yeah, and that doesn't make any sense. Like,
Look, I don't know about you, but I've been to plenty of Luna streams. And she always says, what every ML should say, and it's that the material conditions of each country are going to determine what the revolution looks like.
one thing that is particularly frustrating to me with Luna is that she uses the rhetoric of American progressives in
Kill me.
order to attack America, like in order to attack people for not believing what she believes.
Why? This is so weird. I'm told that as an anarchist in Cuba, I would be in prison, but I know that that's propaganda. Like, it's just not fucking true. And if I need to be in prison for a better world to happen, then get on with it already. Oh my god, red wine. So, like, the thing about anarchists in Cuba is that there was a period during the early revolution where anarchists were basically working against the revolution. The revolution that successfully took out the fascists. And so like this is more or less, this is a very watered down version of what happened in Cuba. Fascist US puppet government in Cuba. revolutionaries, MLs, took the fascists out. Anarchists were to the side this whole entire time. And as soon as the fascists gets out and the MLs get to power, the anarchists are like, hey, no, you shouldn't go to power. That's authoritarian. And the MLs were like, send them to jail. Like, of course, like the others actually attempted terroristically. Terrorism is not inherently bad, by the way. Terroristically to. It is so weird. It's not even to get power, but to undermine the power of the revolutionaries who had just come to power in order to get the fascists out. And so they were like, they didn't mean to, but they were basically defending the fascists. Because, like, okay, if you take the revolutionaries out of power right now, what do you think it will happen? I'll tell you what happened. What would have happened if the revolutionaries were in power? The fascists would have come back with the US support. And took advantage of their CIA op plans, aka anarchists, and Cuba would have gone back to a fascist state. Hello? So that's what happened. But no, like, basically, right now, you could be an anarchist, even though there's no reason for you to be an anarchist, because there's no reason for someone to be an anarchist in Cuba, because the whole system is, like, lends itself to that. Which, again, it is mind-blowing, because, like, anarchists always criticize the USSR, but, like, the whole the Soviet system was very decentralized. At least at the beginning. I'm not going to talk about, like, post Stalin up to Gorbachev era. Okay, I can admit that the system was getting bureaucratized as time went on. Arguably, it was since late Stalin, but we're not going to talk about that because Stalin was perfect. Okay, but yeah, like, okay, so, like, what are things of that anarchists want? Mutual aid. You do that through community service. Well, there's a special name, but I'm just going to say community service in Cuba. So, and the state facilitates for you to be able to work within your community and help your community. That's the thing that the state does in Cuba, and defend itself from imperialism. But, like, unless you want to undermine the Communist Party, which is giving the people the resources that they need, like, they won't do anything to you. But yeah. I do hate it when streamers bounce off chat into info because it's always bad, except of this chat. You can't not be something that you never were. True. Vietnam even got rid of Pol Pot for 5 days. They've been pretty in place as far as countries go. Yes, exactly. Anarchism's problem and IRL needs to be frontispiece regardless of political ideology. The fascists will do the fascism. We can't build a better world until we win. In Cuba against the laws, fucking won. Literally. I was in Cuba for last year for 2 weeks. Yeah, I remember the Wolf Skeptic. The fascists will see the anarchists doing an anarchism, take opportunity to do fascism and kill both communists and literally. Literally. uh,
She especially talks a lot about being a person of color. And in the context of Canada or the United States, that's absolutely true. In the context of Vietnam, that is not true whatsoever.
Okay, so if her entire content is in English, most of her audience is from the United States, I wonder why she would call herself a person of color. I can't think of a reason. Oh well. American dog millions of Kissinger making deals with the Kramer rogue. Yeah. Oh. And white supremacy is part of the global hegemony. What are you talking about, Dorian? We already established that imperialism doesn't exist and reality is not reality, so what are you talking about?
And there are a lot more racialized people who have a far harder time in day-to-day life in Vietnam, especially indigenous people in Vietnam. But
Again, what does she think indigenous means? We are like, oh my god, hi Raya, welcome. Actually, I want to use. Can I use this? Oh my god, this is so fun. Okay. That was what I was going to say. Was like literally which ethnic groups. Okay, if you're so knowledgeable about the all worst of minorities in Vietnam, okay, name them. Which ones? Tell me. Which ones? Huh? Oh wait, wait.
Sorry, that was a real soapbox.
No.
Why
No!
did I say sorry? Ugh.
Feminist critic just subscribed.
Thank you, Raya. Thank you for your prime. I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't think it means what you think it means, Kev. Oh my god. Name 5 albums. uh because she's not uh you can oh only white Canadians are indigenous to Vietnam. Yeah. Let's recap a bit. Luna's grandparents are Vietnamese. Luna's parents, Vietnamese. She is Vietnamese. All of that equals she's not indigenous. I think there's a problem somewhere. Indigenous plus indigenous plus indigenous equals not indigenous. Luna just so happens to be Vietnamese. She married a white boy from the US. It cancels everything. She married a white non-binary person, Raya. Okay. So that cancels almost everything. Oh yeah, EJ is non-binary. Indigenous as a category only makes sense to me when there's a colonizer population to contrast it with. Clearly she's a colonizer. She's a colonizer. She's such a colonizer that there's an entire video game of her killing off the colonizers. Hello? Yeah, but what do Vietnamese and Hawaiian people know about colonization, right? I mentioned Hawaiian because Silver Spook made the game, so you should play that game. I forgot the name. Yes. Indigenous Secretary. Yeah. So she's not white Canadian. Oh my god.
But that's just kind of an aside. The thing that I have an issue with was this, and I thought it was very funny. So someone
No, Neophyte was the first one. The Coordinator is the second one that Silver Spook released with Luna as the main character.
said Vietnam is literally becoming more capitalist every day. And she said, prosperity does not equal capitalism. We are a socialist oriented market economy. 70% of people are farmers. Land is free to farmers. Capitalists can't own land, and minority work for wages. If you don't believe in our socialism, we don't care. We want our revolution so we can build our way. But then someone found her Facebook.
How is this a but? Also, I've already talked about this, so
Where
I'm
she's
not going to
selling
go
a
over.
big plot of land.
But it's like, again, someone doxed her, and she's happily talking about someone doxing her. Just saying.
And dog your business. Not funny. A dog can move through it, and we'll move on. This is with Marxism Lenin. This is ultimately one of the biggest issues that I have with Marxism Leninism. It's like, was the Vietnamese Revolution a good thing? Objectively, it was a great thing for Vietnam. They took
I don't know. It was authoritarian, so I don't know if that's a good thing, actually. You know?
control of their country from a colonial occupying force, and they were
Wonder what was that colonial force, Keffals? Wonder what was it? Wonder who was aiding that colonial force? I need to stop. Oh my god, Raya. How dare you mention Canada and the US? They're beacons of freedom. They would never do such a bad thing. Okay? Especially an objectively good thing. Homeschool could have been. She literally is playing the picture with her name on it. Lawrence Spence, Napalm, and Agent Orange through the mail. We must stop her.
were able to have national self-determination and build up infrastructure.
Also, by the way, her entire chat doesn't give a shit, doesn't give a flying fuck about what she's saying right now. They are all just making fun of the name of the currency. They're just making fun of Luna. They're just taking every single bad thing that she says and using, see? She's a horrible person. See? MLs. Haha, MLs are R words. Haha, MLs are this, MLs are that. And it's like, this is why people have to paint these ML countries as perfect countries for communication's sake. Because when you do a balanced video, which Luna has done regardless, because she's a principal Marxist, because when you do a principled video, a principal analysis, how did she say, a balanced criticism of a country, people will still take all the bad things. And that's it. People will just take the bad things, forget about the good things, and see and go, see, they are bad. They have these bad things. And that's all they care about. So if you're going to expose people for the first time to communist, socialist country systems, you have to start with the good stuff. Because they just know all the bad stuff. Like, that is so, like, basic. That is so basic. And I know for a fact that she knows this. Like, even if she isn't aware that she knows this, she knows this. Because of all the success that she's had. She's naming all these great these great things, and then saying that's why I'm not an ML. Literally. Always fun fact: rubber tree plantations were now fire zones because France and the U.S. agreed that they were such insane revenue sources that they could be damaged. Damn, Viet Cong used this to their advantage when fighting the U.S. Interesting. It's wild to me that despite all of her issues with doxing and harassment and knowing that this community attacked the fuck out of Luna last year, she still decided to make this drama bait video strip. White people. White people.
And
I don't even have to say the R word. And I'm not talking about the R slur. I'm talking about, if you know, you know.
support their people.
Racist, okay? I said it. Racist. She's racist. Oh my god, he said it. He said it.
That's great. That's 10 out of 10. Very cool thing to do. But my problem is when you obfuscate for ideological reasons all of the bad things. It's possible to have solidarity with a country.
It doesn't make sense to say that you are obfuscating for ideological reasons, because her ideology quite literally says that you need to say everything for a correct analysis. So it's not the ideology. It would be, in this hypothetical case, that it's not the actual reality, that she's having an incorrect analysis if she's deciding to obfuscate information, which again she's not doing because she has plenty of videos and she also streams, and in many of her streams she has mentioned a lot of the criticisms about the Vietnamese revolution, which is the current system that they have. But yeah. The police service of Northern Ireland, successor of the URC, changed her. Oh my god.
All of the bad things. It's possible to have solidarity with a country without necessarily 100% supporting them. Too often, Marxist-Leninists use the term critical support. But when they say critical support, usually they mean ultra super mega support. Do not criticize this country. And that's incredibly silly. Like,
not the critical support discourse again. What do you think critical support means? Do you think that means that whenever people are sharing on that country, we're supposed to say, "Oh my god, you're so right"? Do they expect us to, whenever these white people are racistly criticizing these countries, we go, "Oh my god, you're so right"? Hello? Why leaders from the Imperial Court stop asking for perfection from socialist leading countries? Challenge 2022. Literally impossible.
a personal story of mine. So when I was in the party, and the Communist Party of Canada does a lot of solidarity work with Cuba. A lot of people go there, do volunteer labor and stuff, and work.
Oh my god, she does volunteer labor, queen. Oh my god, she did volunteer labor. Oh my god, she's perfect. Just kidding. Also, hi Kay, welcome. Look at me. I'll criticize this country recovering from centuries of colonialism while nothing is fundamentally being changed for the system of the country where I live. Every fucking time. Literally, Gracie, literally. Also, I love this new shout out thingy. I feel like my personalized message better, but it is still fun. If people are misusing the phrase critical support, they should stop. But also, people in imperial countries should not criticize the places their own imperialist countries are trying to destroy. True! Also, I never say critical support. I say uncritical support to every motherfucking socialist nation. Okay? Uncritical support to China, the DPRK, Vietnam, Cuba, Venezuela. Uncritical support to Iran, Iraq. Well, I'm not going to. Uncritical support for Palestine and Syria, okay? I don't know anything about Iraq, Iran, so I'm not going to talk about that. Uncritical support for Hezbollah. True. Clark criticizes Vietnam. Meanwhile, thousands of mass graves for First Nation Canadians kidnapped and abused children is a-okay. Yeah, what are you talking about, Red Wine? It's clearly okay. Why is there a kappa? Hi, DHA, welcome. Walks in, for fuck's sake. Give all this. I'm sorry, DHA, welcome. Communist Party of Canada has had some major leadership problems. Yes. I mean, that's what is mind blowing. Like, if you were truly an ML, you could have simply used ML, a Marxist-Leninist analysis to counter their incorrect stances on indigenous people, on LGBTQIA plus issues. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've been literally, since my last stream where I read an interview with the guy from Peru Libre. I was arguing, should I join Peru Libre? Because, like, at least to try to change it, because not me using the inside strategy. But for real though, like, if you have principled stances on things, you should defend them. And you should know how to argue correctly against incorrect stances. And it's like, oh, I stopped being an ML because I didn't like some people. Like, like, again, especially in political spaces. I'm a member of the Communist Party of Canada. It has some cringy ass bad socks in it. And that's the reality of it, Like, as much as we shouldn't tolerate reactionary behaviors from people, we also have to acknowledge the fact that we still can work with some of these people in order to achieve specific goals, and we should be able to use that time to try to change their mind. Like, also, Wolf, a great, this should be a great, should not listen, a great, read on nationalism for the Patsox is Kim Jong Il, and there's a video somewhere in my Discord. uh um I think that Bolden's name has like the weird thingies. Nationalism. Here. In this video by Kwame Ture. Well, this tweet.
Nationalism, of course, must be properly understood.
Well,
We left
thank
this
you.
one for last. In Europe, their formation and their political formation started with nations and went to state structures. Colonized countries start from state structures and go to nations. The difference must be properly appreciated. If one already has a nation and one is going to a state, there's no need to use nationalism. As a matter of fact, here it will lead to chauvinism. But if one has a state structure and one is trying to build a nation, one has to use nationalism. For example, if one would look at the formation of European states, even Germany, France, England, one would see that the nations themselves already began to have formation before they went to state structure. If one would look at Africa today, if one would look at South and Central America today, if one would look at Asia today, one would see what they really have is state structures which they had to fight for against colonialism. In fact, they inherited the state structures of the colonial power, and they're now building a nation. Therefore, they must use nationalism to build it up. When the indigenous people of Hawaii seize state power in Hawaii, they will have to use nationalism to bring back Hawaiians to be proud of Hawaii, to be proud of the tradition, to use their culture, etc., etc. Therefore, here, nationalism is necessary.
That's why, in countries like US and Canada, nationalism is not necessary. Actually, you shouldn't use nationalism in countries like the US and Canada. But yeah.
Work on committees trying to end the blockade. I remember a conversation between this really young guy, and he was approaching Miguel Figueroa, who was basically instrumental in keeping the party alive after the fall of the Soviet Union. And the kid, he asked him about smoking in Cuba. And he said that Cuba has incredibly strict anti-smoking laws and you can't smoke in public because when Fidel Castro got cancer, they decided to take it more seriously. And when I heard that, I literally said, "Why are you lying?" Like, I said that to his face, like, "Why are you lying to this kid?" Like, right in front of the kid. Because when I was in Cuba, my ex got alcohol poisoning. And when I was in the hospital visiting them, there was a fucking nurse smoking a cigarette by the hospital window. Okay? That's just not true. And this is
That doesn't prove anything. Just because someone is doing something, that doesn't mean that the rules are not there. There are laws against stealing, and people steal things from people or places, whatever, you know. Like, there are rules against murdering people, and people still murder other people, you know? There are rules against harassing and fucking eating animals, and yet you eat them. Just kidding. And then and yet sorry, I had to do that. And yet people still hit their pets. Hello? Like, that doesn't mean anything. Jaywalking is illegal, and people still do it, you know? Like, hello? Hello? Someone streaming by the window. Someone was breathing, so I stopped breathing. I want to become a thing like everything Keffals disagrees with is because of someone smoking by a hospital window. It is like, not to even mention that as much as there can be rules against smoking in Cuba, which she hasn't clarified, she hasn't specified which are the rules, by the way. She doesn't even know if what the nurse was doing was against those rules. But even if there are rules in Cuba against smoking, there is still a prevalent smoking culture in Cuba because of, I don't know, tobacco being produced there also. I don't know. I don't know, Rick. It kind of makes sense to me that it would be common for Cuban people to smoke and have a smoking culture in Cuba, and that these kind of rules that again she hasn't specified would take time for people to develop, even if it's decades, you know, like hello. And not to even mention that she's given the example of one person. One person. She's not saying the entire group of nurses were smoking. No. She saw one random person doing that. Wow, the entire country is a hypocrite. Hello? Look, just because there are, I know good Marxist Leninists from the USA, I'm not going to be like, wow, all the Marxist Leninists from the USA are great, you know? Or vice versa, you know, like, oh, one ML is bad, wow, all MLs are bad. Like, you know how ridiculous, how nonsensical this logic is? I steal all the time, honestly, same. Like, it is weird because like I've been always like goody two shoes, and since becoming a leftist, I've been like stealing kind of base. I'm going to do that. I still just. I mean, I would never steal, but if I were to steal, I would still just steal like little thingies because I'm scared. But yeah, if TV show, if the TV shows Nurse Jackie if the TV show Nurse Jackie taught me anything, it's that nurses do what they want. I've never seen a single episode with Nurse Jackie. Oh my god. Keffals stopped streaming because she saw someone streaming by the window. If people break the law, then socialism has failed. True. Socialism is when you're law-abiding citizen. I like to feel, like I feel like the nurse earned a fucking some break, smoke break, looking after some idiot Canadian with alcohol poisoning. Yeah, can we talk about that? Oh yeah, my partner was drunk, but the nurse had the nerve to smoke one cigarette. Didn't you go to like help, like to organize and shit? Why are you drinking to the point of being drunk? Hello? Hello? That's why Berman said, oh my god. Sample size of one. The nurse was the run of her feet training people with Havana syndrome. To her credit, she's friends with cops, and someone breaking any law is clearly indicative of all of those people. Oh my god. From individuals anymore. True, that is true. Beyond that, drinking to the point of alcohol poisoning. Uh, the fruit of your labor is determined by your obedience to the laws built by the proletariat vanguard. Calm. Oh my god, I'm literally going to laugh. Wow. One person break the law that I don't even know which law it is. I don't even know the law, but she broke it. I don't even know the rules, but she broke the rules.
This is what I mean. Like, you can say the good things about a Marxist-Leninist country, but you don't need to lie.
Also, notice how she never mentioned what the guy replied to her.
It actively makes you look worse if you lie because you want to paint a country you like in this super idealistic way where you're always looking at it through rose-tinted glasses. The reality of all of these places is that they're incredibly messy. Yeah, it makes it look like you're covering things up, and it's like...
Again. I want a 10-minute video from Keffals explaining what did she mean by messy. By all of these places are messy. I need an explanation. Because the best, my most charitable interpretation of that statement is you're a racist. Like, how? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by messy? And how is it, like, even if she meant, okay, I'm going to be charitable. Even if she meant messy politically, which none of these places are actually, how are they messy but not any other country? Because something I've learned from day one of me being in this political sphere is that every country has a messy political system. Except socialist countries. And it's not even because I'm a socialist and I have a bias. Like, no, they have a pretty, like, they still have internal conflicts. They still probably have people who do corruption and stuff. But for the most part, they have a pretty thorough and regulated system that doesn't allow for that corruption to continue spreading. They try to immediately remove all the corruption that goes on. And, like, in general, all the people, most of the people in, the majority of the people in those countries have, like, the approval rate, let me explain. The approval rate for the government in these socialist countries is incredibly high. Just China, with 1.4 billion people, has a government approval rate. I'm talking about Xi Jinping has an approval rate, or at least the Communist Party, of 94%. Between 94 and 96%. Hello? That's mind fucking blowing. 1.45 million actually? Oh my god, Shimon Dortenfield with known white.
I support Cuba. I absolutely support Cuba. Well,
You don't critically support Cuba? Wow, talking about bias now.
talk about the Cuban family code. I really wish I got into it.
I really wish I cared about these dirty brown countries.
It's obvious
By the way, the family code has been a thing going on since at least February of this year. By the way, the family code is nothing new.
like really fucking
Like it's your party. The same dish as Trump and the Red Party. Like it's your party. Yeah, but
based what they did. And it made me so sad.
oh really? Do you know what they did though? Do you know what they did though? But it should be obliterated because North had a cigarette.
When a couple years ago Cuba decided to drop same-sex marriage, but they ended up turning it around. And also that they have non-commercial surrogacy, which is awesome. Basically, you can be a surrogate, but you can't do so for commercial reasons, which creates an entire
This is literally peak North American benevolent chauvinist racism. And I know it's a mouthful, but hear me out. This is the peak of I don't like Vietnam, I don't like China, I don't like the DPRK, but Cuba though. Cuba, the most sanctioned country in the world. To the point where literally every single motherfucking country in the UN has voted for the US to lift their sanctions, except the US and Israel. People just want to see Cuba as this weak, poor, brown country that needs the help, needs the appraisal of these white people. Whereas Vietnam and China and the DPRK, those dirty, messy Asian countries, because, you know, Messi has a whole history with anti-Asian racism, by the way. But those faraway lands, countries that are hypothetical and don't exist in my mind, are horrible, bad. And it's like, girl, your white supremacy is showing a little too much, you know? Alcohol poisoning, social economic. That's why in true socialist countries like Sweden, getting alcohol is very difficult. The Asiatic horde taking over the world. Oh my god.
entire surrogacy industry as a nation, not a tea party. Absolutely. So I was like a little worried about covering this specifically because I don't like slap fight drama very much, but I also thought it was important to point out, and especially because I get questioned.
See, I'm just being racist because it's important that people know this. Girl, your entire chat already is racist and hates Luna. There is no need for you to be covering this. Like, and not to even mention that, they literally don't care about anything good that Vietnam has done, which also you know nothing about. It is whatever.
A lot about my political views since leaving the
Political views, you have none. You're like every white person in every white person, every white leftist progressive streamer, and it's like that's like good, right? Everyone? Yeah, that's good. Oh my god, that's so great. I support that. Oh my god, that's bad, right? Everyone? Yeah, that's bad. Oh yeah, that's so bad. DPRK bad. Vietnam bad. China bad. Okay, Cuba is doing the exact same thing as all these other countries. But okay, but Cuba is good, right? Yeah, Cuba is good. Oh my god, so good. Oh my god, yeah, Cuba, yes. No ideology at all. Your ideology is liberalism. That's your ideology. That's it. Let's fucking zero in. I knew Leninism was a failure. Her chat is so toxic. How can we work with these people? You don't. Also, her chat is just a Nazi's chat combined with another Nazi's chat. That's it. I feel like her reputation was a lot better before this dog shit video. I mean, she's always been sus. Her political views are whatever gets the best grifting cash in the moment. Yeah, literally.
Communist Party. And there's a lot of things I still adamantly support. I support social housing. I support socialized healthcare and education. I believe that everyone should have the right to a job. I want there to be better wages and stronger union protections. And ultimately, I would love to see more democratic control over the workplace. But there are a lot of things I absolutely do not support. And it was basically irreconcilable. Are tankies not MLers? It's like, I don't know how to answer that question, because I feel like if you ask like 10 different people what tanky means, you're going to get 10 different answers. Tankies use the language of MLs, but not all MLs are tankies. I mean, yeah, I think there's also like a big difference between people who are...
I don't know. I consider myself a pretty principled ML, and people still will... I'm pretty sure this kind of white person will still bunch me up with Luna and Haas and Hinkle. So, I don't know. I wonder... like, put in jail. Donate to my GoFundMe. Ah. She sounds like she needs another 50k. I'm dead. Oh my god. Chad, you're so toxic. uh... Okay, maybe I shouldn't have made fun about the 50k for that long, but also like 50k and then you decided to travel to Europe, which I don't know if she ended up doing that, but still, like, that's so, oh my god, really? Really? Like, it is so wild because when she asked for the 50k, I was like, okay, maybe it is okay, it is expensive to move. Okay, I won't say anything. Then she said that she was traveling to Europe, and I was like, oh my fucking god, really? I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt if you do this? Now she's just openly expecting, yeah. Her political views are whatever gets the most money. So I can fly to Cuba to reprimand them in person and not a vacation. Actually, we should all travel to Cuba and find that nerd and tell them, wow, you're a disgrace for Marxism-Leninism. How dare you smoke?
Are involved in the real world in communist organizations, and the kind of like Stalin profile picture people who are just like, Stalin did nothing wrong.
Stalin did nothing wrong, okay? How dare you say that? Okay. And ironically, well, he did nothing wrong. Just kidding. It is weird because when someone says Stalin did wrong things, what do they mean? Like, okay, we can say, or I can understand and I agree that homophobia is wrong, and some of the policies that he implemented were like morally wrong, right? Even like politically wrong because they didn't actually make the uh, they didn't actually they weren't actually going to achieve the goals that he wanted. But also, when I approach it from a dialectical materialist, from a historically materialist perspective, I understand why he did that. I still think that it was bad, right? Or bad, whatever that means. Or I do think it was incorrect. I think that's a more appropriate word. Uh but I still understand why he did that. And I think it is kind of pointless to just reminisce about the past and think, oh, that was wrong, that was bad, that was immoral. Because it's like, what's the point? I would rather just analyze why he did that, what was the context under which he did that, he did those things, and learn from that. Because that's way more productive than just being like, oh, Stalin is bad. 'Cause what does that even mean? You know what I mean? And it's not just with Stalin. Like, Lenin made a mistake to accept Trotsky in the party, honestly. But it's the same with Lenin, with Mao, with even with Ho Chi Minh, with Thomas Sankara did nothing wrong. Thomas Sankara did nothing wrong, okay? Like, motherfucker, fight for the liberation of women and all the workers in Burkina Faso, like, hello, whatever. But yeah, like, none of these people were perfect except Thomas Sankara. I will fight you if you say something bad about Thomas Sankara. But yeah. Yeah, I'd rather have an analysis than just calling them wrong or bad. It's like, what does that even mean? You know? Who else did nothing wrong? Tito. Tito did nothing wrong. Just kidding. Yeah. When people can mention Stalin's name without reminding you that he did bad things, they aren't trying to learn from the past. They're just doing anti-communist. And that's the thing. That's why it is. It is. It is liberal bullshit. You know? Like, okay, if you want to say that Stalin did something wrong, tell me what that something is and we can talk about it. You know? Like, okay, Stalin did something wrong. As well as every other leader of every other nation in the entire fucking world. You know? Like, what's the difference with Stalin? Thank you so much for coming, Kay. Have a good day. I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry I haven't been streaming. But I hope you can stream also. Thomas based for always. Go downtown and turn in communist card. No communist points for you. Oh my god. Mao didn't kill enough landlords in my mind. Grab that cigarette out of your mouth and tell you betrayed the revolution. The entire movement has grinded to a halt because of your goddamn cigarettes. How dare you? Wow, how dare you smoke? You are a betrayal of communism. You are a disgrace for Castro. Obviously, I would tell her in Spanish because I speak Spanish. No como esta blanca que se cree qué cosa. I can switch. I cannot go to Spanish like that. Okay.
Wrong. The Holodomor was not real, or if it was real, then also Ukrainians deserved it, or some shit. Like,
okay. Okay. I have never seen anyone, not even like has or Hinkle. Well, I mean, Hinkle uses the word globalism, but I haven't even seen like has types say that the whole that. Oh wait, backtrack. Okay, I thought she was talking about the. She was talking about uh Nazi Germany. Okay, the Holodomor is not real. Hello, but also, what does that have to do with Ukrainians? I mean, I guess whatever. What does that have to do with current 2022 Ukrainians? But okay, did the Holodomor happen? Look, Dorian, I can't unpack that much racism in a sentence, okay? Where was this? Okay, so if you know anything, and by anything I mean anything about Russia, you should know that Russia is a very cold country. And by cold, I mean freezing cold country. So if you know anything about Russia, is that they have historically always had famines and starvation problems because of their weather. Literally. Like, also, a famine never happened again. Also, the kulaks were the ones who burned the crops. The kulaks, aka landlords, are the ones who burned the crops. Could have Stalin managed everything better and could have prevented that? Sure. Can we go back in time? Was he able to go back in time to prevent that? No. This is the thing. Maybe she actually doesn't think history is real. You know, that's why she has never been an ML. History is not real for her. Like, and for the most part, I wouldn't say I wouldn't agree with the sentiment of Ukrainians deserved it, because I don't agree with Russia even attacking Ukraine. But I do understand why Russia did what they have been what they are time tense, but I do understand why Russia is doing what they are doing. Because for 8 years, which is something that people just don't want to acknowledge, white people from the imperial core, especially from the US and Canada, who are not communists, they don't want to acknowledge the fact that Russia was trying to to peacefully solve the issues with Ukraine for 8 years. I'm sorry, I'm a mouthful today. I can't talk. Russia has been trying to solve this issue peacefully with Ukraine for 8 years. And NATO was still expanding. Imagine if Russia led an organization constituted by Mexico, Canada, and Russia. Tell me the US is not going to bomb you. But how dare Russia? I mean, again, how dare Russia do anything to defend itself? You know, Canada, where indigenous genocide and momentum to Nazis are entirely coincidental. Yeah. Yeah. What are you talking about, right-wing terrorists? What do you mean Nazis were moving to the US and Canada? What are you talking about? No. What do you mean Nazis just moved into other parts of the entire global north and the other parts of the Soviet Union that were not Russia in order to create a separatist movement in order to destroy the USSR? What are you talking about? No, that never happened. What? What are you talking? What are you saying? Nazis being the head of the UN right after World War II? No, that never happened. They would never do that. We all knew Nazis were bad. They were Nazis, they were immigrants, so racist. The weather and the fact that agricultural production was arranged for the profit and of the landowners, not the need of to feed the people. Literally. Capitalists and fascists don't want us to work together, don't play the game. Yep. Not true. The first and only famine recorded in history was under Putin. Zelensky told me. Oh my god. But yeah, this is a good article about the Ukrainian famine. Okay, they're too graphic.
That's insane. Those people are fucked. And thankfully, that's mostly just an internet thing. But from my own experiences...
No, there are plenty of books. I highly recommend this book. Khrushchev Light. Khrushchev Light. The evidence that every revelation of Stalin's and various crimes in Nikita Khrushchev's infamous secret speech to the 20th Party is probably false. By Grover Fur. It's probably false. I love this book. This is such a good book, but yeah, I recommend this book.
In the Communist Party, people obviously did not believe that shit. They defended Stalin more than I was comfortable with, but it was not like this fucking edgelord teenager thing. A lot of ML parties around the world are supporting Russia, not Ukraine. Oh my god. It wasn't a big reason you left because you couldn't support...
I haven't seen a single Communist Party support Russia. They have all condemned Russia's actions, but still acknowledged that all of this started because of NATO. If you want to take all of that and make it into they're supporting Russia, I guess.
Support the Hong Kong protesters as a member of the party? Yes. Because when I ran in the 2019 federal election, I had to support the Chinese police because that was the official...
I thought not having a militarized police was good. But it's China. It does look like you were never a Marxist. Not even Marxist, like just Marxist.
official stance of the Communist Party. And I was incredibly fucking uncomfortable with that stance. And my choice was either
What do you
to
mean uncomfortable? Why didn't you just ask them if you were part of the party? Why didn't you just ask them why? Why did you just assume, wow, they're reactionaries? I don't know. Like maybe she didn't have a good relationship with the people in the party in general. Maybe she was just a liberal that was edgy and wanted to say, I'm in a communist party. But it's so weird.
support the
I'm ignoring chat. I'm just seeing the names of the reactionary people that I know.
stance or leave the party that all of my friends were in. It was really gross.
Okay. So she had friends in the party. Why didn't you just ask them? Ask them. I am so mind blown. Because, like, I became a tanky. I became an ML because I had friends that were ML. And either I would say something and they would correct me, or I would just ask them. And they would give me resources. That's it. That's it. That's how I became an ML. By asking questions. You know? And pushing back and forward. Do you know how long it took me to realize that uh the talking point of Winnie Pooh being banned or blocked in China is just racism? When a friend pointed that out to me, I was like, oh shit. Oh, got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah, like it was like like it's like I hadn't processed, I hadn't made the match of like rate. Like I was like, huh, so weird. China just banned Winnie the Pooh. Huh, authoritarian country that hates happiness. Ugh. And then I mentioned that, and then my friend was like, you know that's just racism, right? And I was like, oh, oh. Got it. Yeah, also, she could just discuss the issues with the party. She didn't have to make a whole entire video trying to attack Luna. Or attacking her, actually, you know?
Certain other big political streamers unmoving their belief that the Hong Kong protests
Can you elaborate on that? On what? On the... On Winnie Pooh being racist? So, like, do you know how... You know how people in the US call Asian people Jello? Yeah. 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 I'm just going to let that sink in for a couple of seconds, and then we'll move on to the video. Yep. Yes, it frightens me greatly, and they have nukes and narcotic. Also, they are messy.
Or just a fascist. I don't care. I do not. Like, regardless if
Oh, you don't care about Hong Kong, yet you have a position about Hong Kong? Interesting. Interesting.
it is or is not some sort of psyop, I am not going to support the fucking cops. Like,
Oh, really? Really? That's so weird. So weird. You are not going to support the cops? Oh, girl. Girl, Girl, what's this? What's this? Keffals retweeted. Paul Bloomer. Who is Paul Bloomer, you might ask? Oh my god, it was very cool meeting you, the person who is currently at the top leaderboard of the gayest cop in Ireland. Oh, she actually went to Europe. Got it. I thought you didn't support the police. So weird. So weird. Huh. So weird.
I'm not going to take the side of the police over taking the side of working class people who are in the streets.
Talking about co-opting language or co-opting rhetoric. I'm not going to side with the police. I'm going to side with the working class people. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Sorry, I shouldn't have called you a bitch.
Protesting because
I spent time in Hong Kong and it's a capitalist hellhole. Liar, dude. Oh my god. Only support the pigs for photo ops. The inspiration for Paul Bloomer. I bet Paul Bloomer has cracked so many innocent skulls open in his quest for equality. You should comment on that link on this video. Wait, this you? Oh my god.
because of poor living conditions and political
Poor living conditions. Oh my god. Girl, you know. Oh my, whatever.
resentment. So I guess just like capping it off with
Look, all I'm going to say is that if you think Hong Kong has horrible living conditions because of the CPC and not because of the decades, centuries. Actually, I'm not sure if centuries, but I'm pretty sure it's been whatever. The many decades that has a century and a half under colonial rule from Britain and the US. You think that the 150 years that they were a colonized area had nothing to do with what is Hong Kong now? And it was the CPC. Oh, it wasn't the CPC. It was the Chinese cops. Again, she doesn't believe that history is real.
the Luna Oi stuff. I really dislike that she does this. It's obviously I don't know if
Does what? Exist? Exist? Tell her house to move? I am so confused. Does what?
it's a grift. It comes off like a grift to me.
I don't know if it's a grift. Maybe it's a grift. Like, Shut the fuck up. As a top 0.01% streamer, I can tell you that I support the working class. When my peak friends are tear gassing them and beating the living shit out of them, I cheer for both on. Cheer them both on. Please donate. My god.
Like stating that land is free to farmers and capitalists can't own land, and then going on your Facebook.
Okay. And you are free to watch her multiple videos explaining how land works in Vietnam. How land distribution works in Vietnam. Land reform in Vietnam. She has a almost 40-minute video explaining the land reform in Vietnam. It is clear that you don't know anything about Vietnam, you don't know anything about Luna, and you're still talking shit about her and an entire country and an entire system which you don't only not know anything about, but that your own country has tried to destroy. So maybe shut the fuck up. Also, if you are so against cops, why were you policing that nurse in Cuba, huh? Why were you policing her smoking? That doesn't seem so anti-cop. Oh my god. No, Siporeski, we don't she didn't have the I'm not going to say that. I'm going to delete that. I'm just going to delete that comment because that can come off as a bit transphobic. And we don't support transphobia, but I know what you mean. But still, don't tell me how much I should drink. It's such a strange thing to focus on. Like, there were Amazon tribes that sold land and only later realized the disastrous implications. This whole thing for her is bad faith. Are those Amazonian tribes the enemy? Fuck no. I don't know. Were they anti-cop though? They should be anti-cop but pro-gay cop though. You know what I mean? Red wine terrorists, like.
Book account and saying that you're selling a big plot of land suitable for investment. And it's, if you're selling land suitable for investment, who the fuck is going to buy that? A farm? No, it's going to be a.
What does an investment mean? And yes, a farmer could buy that as an investment. That is literally what farmers do. They need land to plant stuff and sell them, and they make a profit out of that. That is a that would be an investment for a farmer. That is how farmers invest. Do you know what farming is? Do we need to explain how plants exist? Okay, Keffals. Maybe you don't understand, but like a long time ago, there was a system called feudalism. Actually, we don't have to go that far. There's a thing called agriculture. You know, I don't know if you've heard of that, but agriculture is when there are people that we tend to call farmers, you know, and they own land to work it, you know, and they plant, okay. Plant life cycle. They put seeds. They put seeds of fruits and vegetables, you know, on the ground, on the soil, like this soil, right? You see, and then the plant grows. Then the plant grows into tomatoes, strawberries, food that people eat. That's how plants work. And so, in order for a farmer to plant things, they need land. They need land. Okay? And so in Vietnam hasn't, do you know what hasn't is? I don't know. Hasn't reached communism. So there's still money. Money, actually. There is Vietnamese money, which I won't say the name because then you will have like half an hour of making fun of other languages because I don't know. So there's like Vietnamese money, and people use that money to buy things. Okay? And when they buy things, they get those things. And an investment is when you buy something and you can gain something, typically for profit. But that profit doesn't necessarily have to be money. I know that you are a capitalist bootlicker, and when you hear investment, the only thing you think of is money, like this. But there are other things that can be profit, like food. Food profit is just something over what you use in the investment, So farmers, where are the farmers? Farmers use the land that they bought with money, correction, with Vietnamese money, so they can plant more plants and they can make more food for people. You know what food is? Okay, maybe this is difficult to understand because food is something poor people need, and because she's so fucking rich with $50,000, she might not care about what food is. But food is what we eat in order to survive, right? And for example, Vietnam, when the COVID pandemic hit, they decided to give rice to their people. Rice is the main export of Vietnam, but they decided to stop exporting rice at the beginning of the COVID pandemic in order to make sure all of the Vietnamese people, Vietnam is a country, by the way, in case you forget, Vietnam is a country, okay? So they stopped exporting rice in order to feed their people, in order to feed Vietnamese people. So going back to farming, agriculture is important, actually. So yeah, it would be an investment for a farmer to have more land to work on, and that would produce more food, like rice, in order to feed people in Vietnam. So yeah, it is a good thing good, good, good thing, yay, happy, good, that farmers invest in land. Okay. The absolute. I want this wrath of her community, but goddamn, I want her to see it. No, I am sorry. Fun fact: this one is fake. The rice will not grow unless they plant Milton Friedman recording to it. Oh my god. They're playing this the long dong. It's also clear now. Oh my god. Plants have a secret agenda. Jail them now. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Should we jail tobacco? Oh my god. Another thing. Keffals. Keffals. This is secret. Good look. Tobacco is a plant. These plants exist in Cuba. Cuba. You know what Cuba is? Just kidding. So yeah, they plant this in Cuba. That's why they smoke. That's why Castro developed lung cancer because in Cuba they smoke a lot. So even though there are rules against smoking, which you don't know those rules, people still smoke. Okay, I'm dying. This is the karma. Okay. This is karma. But yeah. But yeah, you can't jail plants, okay? Uh if we had jailed tobacco in the first place, her alcohol poison in another country part would have been taken care of by a nurse who cared. Oh my god.
Capitalist. It's just incredibly disingenuous.
So you're a racist. Racist? God. So you're just racist? Got it. No, just kidding. It's okay. Okay. Again, highly recommend the land reform video. Disagreeing with the video, I know. I only watched the two first because I didn't want to go further. But yeah. Okay. I will be finishing my course, my English teaching course, in the next 2 weeks. So I will actually be able to stream for real. I don't think I can rate anyone. Can I?
You promise that you'll let my songs live forever.
Oh, okay. Orbis is there. Oh. Why you all want y'all always recommend people I have beef with. Well, not beef, but I've had drama with Mark Punky because they were defending transphobia, but that's okay. So thank you everyone so much for coming. If you are subscribed, you can copy and paste the first message when we get there. Ah! If you are not subscribed, you can copy and paste the second message. Okay, in defense of Park Monkey, they weren't defending transphobia itself. They were defending someone defending a transphobe. So it was like layers before the transphobia, but well, it was complicated and it was a long time ago. But yeah, they got too mad because I was trying to explain that it was transphobic. But whatever. Thank you everyone so much for coming. Oh yeah, join the Discord because I have not. I don't have a schedule, so yeah, but yeah. Thank you, everyone. Uh, yeah, I love you. Follow me on Twitter. I am screaming all day not to not have any likes. Okay, bye.